Why do experts on royal jewels only speak about the British crowns, sapphires, and whispers, and strictly on conditions of anonymity? What lies hidden behind the gleam of these blue stones that have passed from hand to hand for centuries, changing the fate of empires and destroying dynasties? You will witness secrets that Buckingham Palace officials prefer to keep silent. Today, we will lift the veil on the most mysterious disappearances, scandalous deals, and curses that have haunted the owners of royal sapphires for 3 centuries. Prepare to learn the truth that may shock even the most sophisticated. Connoisseurs of jewelry, art. European nobility has worshipped sapphires for centuries, giving them the status not only of a talisman but also of a secret weapon in the struggle for power and influence. The blue stone is a symbol of purity, aristocratic lineage, and paradoxically, fatal passions inseparably woven into royal dynasties. For Napoleon Bonaparte, sapphires became a secret code of love and power. Gifts to Josephine de Beauharnais were more than jewels, they were messages hidden in the cut, confident hints at the exclusivity of their union and subtle political statements to enemies. Decades passed, and another symbol of the era, a ring with a Ceylon sapphire, sparkled on the hand of Lady Diana Spencer. The royal engagement ornament became an icon of a new era, but also a real challenge to tradition. For behind its radiance lay both tenderness and scandal. It is no coincidence that people whisper, sapphires bring not only glory but also troubling curses, capable of changing the history of entire dynasties, and in every legend repeated from century to century to century, the echo of unrevealed secrets only grows louder. But the story doesn't end there. Even the state relics of the British crown become objects of sensational rumors and mysterious disappearances as if the most important treasures are playing their own game. At the very center of the crown lies the legendary sapphire of St. Edward, which, according to legend, possessed mystical power and saved rulers from death. Its history is full of incredible coincidences, first a gift to a simple beggar, then a mystical return through pilgrims and final return to the treasury centuries later. However, no less mysterious is the Stuart sapphire, whose fate is connected with secret sales and return thanks to the cunning maneuvers of King Charles II. And here the question arises, aren't there too many accidental disappearances among the main royal treasures? Anonymous sources claim at night in banquet halls. Completely different questions are discussed: who and why substitutes jewels, and what deals are made at closed auctions where only the chosen have access. The silence of officials only fuels interest. Perhaps behind the sparkling relics lies more than one family drama. While the palace keeps silent, behind its walls a struggle has long unfolded that experts call nothing less than the Sapphire War. According to sources familiar with the atmosphere of royal daily life, almost every unique stone became a reason for heated disputes and hidden intrigues. Branches of noble families have waged an unspoken competition for years to obtain the most resonant ornaments, because possessing them means power, status, and insurance of political influence. There was no shortage of pressure, persuasion, and delicate maneuvers. Positions, titles, entire fortunes came under question for the right to own a scandal-harboring stone. Particularly loud was the case of Princess Mary's ornament disappearing after the Christie's auction in November 1960. And despite traces allegedly leading to Swiss depositories, not one family representative ever gave any comments. But this is only the tip of the iceberg, as even more amazing stories about the mysterious fates of vanished treasures await us ahead. Cases of jewelry disappearances sometimes speak about royal intrigues much louder than official communication. The most striking example was the fate of the sapphire necklace, belonging to Princess Mary. After the Christie's auction on November 1960, even the most persistent collectors never learned about this ornament. According to sources familiar with the situation, someone from European aristocracy wished to remain in the shadows. Perhaps the necklace went to private collections or ended up in a Swiss depository where things that never appear at public exhibitions are stored. Strange, too, is how immediately after the bidding, an entire series of family rarities disappeared. There were no reports of subsequent buyers, nor appearances of items at private receptions. Insiders cautiously hint, if such ornaments suddenly stop appearing even in photographs, it's a signal that great names have chosen to hide their fate from excessive attention forever. Curiously, discussion of the authenticity of individual plates, settings, and inlays continues to this day, only at closed expert sessions. As specialists insist, examinations of these stones are classified, and if somewhere they assert authenticity with such confidence, it means someone very much needs exactly that version. However, an even greater secret awaits us ahead, because the history of royal ornaments is not only about disappearances, but also about unexpected transformations and dynastic battles. The Secret Life of British Tiaras and Parures is not just a series of family legends, but living proof that ornaments can be both weapons and bargaining chips simultaneously. When Prince Albert designed a tiara for Queen Victoria in 1842, it was meant to be a symbol of love and fidelity. But several decades later, the ornament became the object of a hereditary dispute between family branches, spawning a new wave of rumors. No less interest is aroused by the fate of the famous sapphire parure of the British Familia complex ensemble formed over entire generations. According to an anonymous expert who had access to inventory books, the parure's composition had to be changed more than once. The disappearance of individual fragments and replacements spoke of family drama more eloquently than any declarations. Special sensation is connected with the history of the Kent Peruin. One season, it was even called the Universal Set because individual elements either disappeared or surfaced on new owners, causing waves of gossip among those close to the court. The highlight of the collection remains the pansy brooch, phenomenally appearing in photographs of princesses and duchesses after its previous appearance. But such curiosities are explained by far more than innocent forgetfulness. While some ornaments disappear or move to safes, others suddenly find themselves in plain sight of those who just yesterday had no relation to them. It is precisely such stories that become the beginning of modern scandals surrounding the status and legitimacy of possessing relics. Modern sapphire intrigues only prove that. Even in the 21st century, the status of ornaments is not a question of antiques at all, but an indicator of power and influence. The news that Queen Victoria's brooch ended up with the Duchess of Cornwall caused a storm of comments. There are still no official explanations for the transfer, but according to an insider from auction circles, the unique piece could have gone through a closed deal with an anonymous European collector. The story of Princess Diana's jewels adds no fewer mysteries. Part of her sapphires, according to reports, ended up with Catherine, Prince William's wife, part officially, and part, as journalists claim, could have been transferred through unpublicized family agreements. Those hoping to buy a royal sapphire should temper their appetites. Officially, such offers don't exist. However, at private evenings, rumors occasionally circulate about attempts to bring unique stones to market, whose origin is hidden behind a network of trusted persons. Such opacity only fuels interest in every future sensation, because the next unexpected public appearance of a sapphire could be a real bombshell. Would you be ready to risk taking on not only the trail of family heritage, but all the rumors that have accompanied these ornaments for many decades? Which of the disappeared or still stored sapphires in the royal treasury evokes genuine awe or even envy in you? One thing is clear. In the world of royal jewels, there are never final answers. And if you want to know more, support our channel because the most shocking secrets are still ahead.